Hey guys, welcome to the pod team. My name is AJ.
Hello guys, this is Lex and welcome back to another video.
Today was, well, actually, yesterday was something noted in history of America that has never happened. The House actually voted out the House Speaker. Kevin McCarthy had to step down from his role as a House Speaker, uh, thanks to 8 House members that put aside the motion to remove him. Started off with Matt and Gaetz. Uh, what do you think about this situation, Lex? How do you think this played out? And do you like the outcome that it played out?
And when I saw that, I was surprised. I was pissed. Excuse my language. I was upset. Um, because to me, he compromised. And that's what politicians are supposed to do in this country. They need to compromise for the people. And when I saw that got put it out, it, you just don't fire somebody for that, for compromising. And also, this is not like the final decision. This is only a temporary thing. He compromised to keep it open for another 45 days, I believe. So for him to get fired because of that, yeah, I don't see that happening. To me, that's exactly what the problem is in this country when it comes down to politics and politicians. People like Gay is the people who don't let both parties agree on something and work together for the good of the people. It's actually really sad for me. I just and just to let you know, McCarthy is not my favorite,
Yeah.
but I just do not agree how they treat him. He needed to be treated fairly, not
Well,
this way.
I saw the speech that he gave of how he was raised and everything. His like very well thing after. He sounds like a pretty solid dude. Like what he says is what I would want to agree with and stuff. And the thing that started all of this is really the core issue is it started with the debt crisis and how he handled that. Then it started with the stopgap to continue the government funding. Right now they still allow the government to be open. They still wanted the troops to get paid, government essential workers to get paid. Now, it goes back to Ukraine though. Ukraine is a big major part of this. Now, Matt Gaetz is saying that he does not believe Kevin McCarthy. He does not trust him. He lost everyone's trust that he is providing a resolution for Ukraine to get more money and a secret deal he's making with the Senate Democrats to provide more funding for Ukraine. Now, that to me uh sounds very it's like very politics, like he said she said type of stuff. Till you don't provide like hardcore evidence, you can't just straight up believe whatever you've heard or whatever. But many
Right, but
Republicans,
how am I supposed? I'm sorry, AJ, but how am I supposed to believe somebody
yeah,
gay who was
but
accused
many
of
Republicans,
trying to date minors
correct.
of girls? I mean, come on, man. You had to be a hypocrite when you come down to try to go against somebody and saying that you don't trust that person and look at you. I mean, you have a lot of stuff that people don't like about him, but he's still in power. He's still there.
Yeah. So basically, what Gates' argument is, and I'm not saying I'm supporting Gates or McCarty. I'm just saying, as a person outside, it looks very bad, especially when we have an international eyes are like always on us. We have the Russian Ukraine war going on. We have China looking at us. We are in a mess by ourselves. Basically, it's like showing that we can't take care of our own country. We have so many problems. But this is how democracy plays out, right? This is what people do to make sure we check and balance everyone's system. Now, in the end, we'll find out what is going actually going on. But the thing is, he even noted that, we have to fund Ukraine in a way, or else he literally said that Putin is like Hitler. Putin is like Hitler. So he's comparing Putin to Hitler. Now, the one thing I don't like about that is what propaganda is, okay? He's steering propaganda to many Americans. He's basically telling us that, we should definitely do something about it before we don't have another Hitler situation. I think that is very, very radical. You could play the card, well, better. It's better we do something about it than we don't do something about it. It's just like how they played the card on with the Iraq war. Oh, we found weapons of mass destruction. They used the war on terror to scare people. Never was found. Mass destruction weapons were never found. Millions of Iraqis died. Uh, Many soldiers got wounded. A lot of soldiers from Iraq are still suffering the PTSD. They're still saying that, we should have never went there. It was the worst idea. Everyone talks about it now, saying it's like the worst idea. I think 10, 20 years from now, we might talk about it that all this money that went to Ukraine was a waste of taxpayers' money, and it could cause major economic downfall for the taxpayers. So a lot of people support Ukraine. Yes, we want to support Ukraine, but there's a lot of European countries that are around there that can support Ukraine too. It's not only America's job. We're like a whole ocean away. Now, if we want to keep the dominance, that's why we're doing it. Or there's people that are saying that, there might be a paper trail where a lot of politicians could be involved. That's why, they are covering it up. And Zelensky is just saying that I need money, I need money, I need money. It's like let's say if I take you out to dinner, Lex, and the bill comes out. If I took you out to dinner, obviously, I'm gonna pay for it. Now, let's say me, you, and like another person goes, we always go, right? But it always comes, the bill comes and I'm expected to pay because I'm making more money than you are, and your business isn't doing that good. But that, in America, as a capitalistic country, you work as hard as you can, put out, right? So it's not fair for, if I'm working hard 3 times as harder than the average Ukrainian person. I'm not saying Ukrainians don't work hard, but if we are doing more output as a whole country, and if your country isn't doing that output, it's not up to Americans to, cover everyone's tab. Of course, we want to help you guys out, but I mean, we don't even know the whole extent to the truth of the matter of what's going on in Ukraine. There's too much like gray areas that aren't coming out. So it's not easy as a black and white. So, deciding who to go for and keep doing this aid for Ukraine goes to the point of why Gaetz was, against McCarthy. What do you have to say to that?
Well, uh, I think not helping Ukraine is kind of late for that, like you said. Is uh, but one of the things that we need to make sure we do as a country, we need to focus here first. We need to make sure we have the right tools to come out of this recession. Too much money is being spent everywhere. And I understand that is the US has to make sure that everybody is taken care. I understand that. But Ukraine needs to find a way, or somebody, the US, the European Union, whoever needs to, then United Nations, they need to find a way where Ukraine is going to be defending themselves by themselves. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Every country, most of the countries who go to war, they fund their own war. Maybe not 100%, but they do fund most of it. And what Ukraine is putting is just their people. And we need to find a way to get that fixed. We have recession here. We have there's so many things that we need to fix. People are in need here, where we can take care, that we have a huge problem of homeless people everywhere, and it's getting bigger. We have some, fentanyl issue where it needs to be taken care also. Uh, i- Bottom line is that we do need the people in charge of this decision to work together. I don't want to see what just happened again, because that shows me that some of the Republicans, some of the Democrats, they're not working for us. And I'm honestly tired of paying my taxes. We pay taxes everywhere we go. You buy lunch, you pay taxes. You put fuel, you pay taxes. You Everything you do, we pay taxes. And that's your money, that's my money. And if they don't want to take care of it, don't take it away from me. I can use it in a better way.
Yeah.
And they need to work together. They need to compromise. That's what they need to do. That's why they are there for, to compromise for you and me and the future generations for this country. Point blank. That's what they need to do. That's what I think.
Well, now they're gonna go with I think Jordan and some other guy, and I think his last name is like Scalise or something. So right now we don't have a Speaker of the House. We don't have one for a whole week. That's what it's supposed to be expected. They're not gonna put nobody there for like a whole week. They're not gonna vote or anything. So it's a mess. Uh, like I said, we've seen this time and time again. History does repeat itself. Hopefully, we don't make the same mistake that history has shown. People do get greedy. People do want to hold power. We put wrong people, and maybe it's not either. It could be the voting is like fraudulent. Sometimes it could be a lot of other things too. But what I know is that everyday Americans are getting tired of getting screwed over, listening to the BS in the media, and not getting issues solved here.
Yeah.
We aren't put first. We are basically like a slave labor force for this country to continue to grow its power, its influence, and everything. And if you can't take, like, it's like, if I can't take care of my body, and if I'm forcing my body, I'm pushing my body, but I'm not giving its nutrients that I need to keep my body to keep going, then what's going to happen? I'm going to deteriorate. I'm going to fall eventually, no matter how big or strong I get. If I'm not giving my body the proper nutrients it needs, then it's game over.
Yeah.
So let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe and let us know what you think.